So in the last video, we found that x45 gave us the most negative number. So therefore, the arc 45 is coming into play. And so when I bring this in as theta, right, this gives me the loop. And so my loop, I'm going to be ignoring this middle piece. So I'm just going to erase that. Oops. Let's put that guy back. Okay, and so now we're going to be moving in this direction with theta, so that means this is going to be against the flow, so that's minus theta. This one's against minus theta. This one is against, no, this is towards plus theta. Good. So how big can theta be? 2. Okay, and if theta is 2, that means we're going to get rid of arc 1, 2. So arc 1, 2 is leaving, and arc 45 is coming in. So I'm going to pause for a second and redraw the BFS. Alright, so this is our new BFS, and the numbers that you see here are the old y values. And so we were talking about ways to get rid of, or get the new y values. And so which y values will I have to compute? I'll have to compute all the ones that are no longer connected to the first node. So just to be sure we're doing the right thing here, well, 2 got disconnected, so we're probably going to have to compute that one, right? Let's maybe start with 13, because 4 was connected, right? So the 0 and the 4 are going to stay the same. And let's double check on the 13. So C45 is y4 minus y5, and this cost for 4,5 was 1, and y4 was negative 4, and y5 is our unknown, so therefore y5 is minus 3. It was minus 13, so that's an increase of 8. Okay, so if this increased by 8 to get to minus 3, then these others increase by 8 as well. So this minus 3 becomes 5, and you can double check that, and this minus 10 becomes minus 2. And I see I forgot to put my flow values in here: 10, 2, 2, and 6. Alright, so these are the new y values, and now what do? Yes, we continue with our non-basic variables, just as we've been doing before. And the edges are x1, 2, that's the one that we just got removed, x1, 3, x2, 3, x3, 4. And so now we write down our costs: 3, it looks like 2 and 4, and then minus yi, so that's going to be y1, which is 0, y1 is 0, y2 is 5, and y3 is negative 2. And then we add in our yj's. Y2 is 5, y3 is negative 2, y3 is negative 2, and y4 is negative 4. Good. And now it looks like we have 8, 1, negative 5, excuse me, negative 5, and negative 2 plus 2. Good. So a new arc enters. Which arc is it? Arc 2, 3 comes back into play. So that's this one. And so bringing that in, you can see that you get this corner here, right, for your cycle. And so if we're coming down 2, 3, and we add theta, right, that's going to make the edge go that direction. So this is going to be adding theta, and this will be subtracting theta. So how big can theta be? Looks like theta can be 6, right? So that means we're going to get rid of the edge from 2 to 5. and then, okay, I better just, let's just pause for a moment and rewrite this. So theta is going to be equal to 6 when we're finished here. And that will remove this edge. And let's see, 2 plus 6 will be 8 on this edge. And we'll just write 6 on there. Okay, so let me rewrite that a little nicer. I see an error on my y's. Somehow that didn't come into play into the basic variables, but it does change our values slightly. The y sub 5 value should be minus 5. And so that's where we get the plus 8. So this should be a minus 5 instead of a minus 3. And fortunately, it didn't change anything else. This is still minus 2 and 5. So if you were wondering about this, that minus 3 should have been a minus 5, and so this should be a minus 5 down here too. Good. And so in fact, the only one that changes out of these old numbers here is just going to be the y2 value. And so if we compute that again, we can double check, but I believe we get a 0 there. So in fact, let's double check that one. So that was C23 will be equal to y2 minus y3, right? And so the cos 23, okay, so cos 23 is y2 minus y3. Cos 23 was 2, and then y2 minus 2 gives me a 2 on either side, so y2 is equal to 0. Check. Good. Okay, so our y values are all good. Now what do we do? That's right, we go back in and check all of our other edges. So hang in there, I think this is our last one. So we have edges x1, 2, x1, 3, x2, 5, and x3, 4. And so just as a reminder, Cij minus, do you have these memorized yet? These formulas that we're using? 3, 3. Notice how I'm kind of writing down all the costs here because I need to get those, pull those off the original diagram. And then let's see, y1 was 0, y1 is 0, y2 is 0, and y3 is negative 2. Good. Now y2 is 0. Y3 is negative 2. Y5 is negative 5. And our last one, y4, is negative 4. Cross your fingers. 3, 1, 5, 2, all positive. We have an optimal solution. Yay! Good. That took us 3 videos, but I think it's worthwhile just to go through the process because every time you get a new BFS, right, you're making the same computations. So by the end of the 3rd video, hopefully you've got those computations nailed down. Good. I'll talk to you later.